What would be the first thing you would do as president?
Accelerating climate change, basically warming up the oceans and raising the sea level. I mean, anyone who starts a car company thinking it's the easy way to make money is a fool. There are only 2 car companies that have not gone bankrupt in the history of the United States, and that's Ford and Tesla. And Tesla came within inches of going bankrupt multiple times, as did SpaceX.
None of that was correct. I disagree. I disagree. What would happen if you walked into an H&R Block to file your taxes? Like, could they handle your case?
My taxes are actually not that complicated. I do not have any offshore accounts. I don't have any sort of tax shelters. I have basically Tesla and SpaceX stock.
Did you sell that stock? Hey, no one ever asked me what stock I'm selling or why I made so much money last year. I mean, I'm the 3rd richest man on my street, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Is the most annoying thing in the world people asking you questions like this about your personal finances?
These 2 companies that I helped create and have run for now almost 20 years have done a lot of useful things than the rest of the world combined.
We publish 6 to 8 satire articles a day.
Yeah.
Some of them are funny. So that's, I mean, pretty good.
I'm not sure it's all that productive or interesting.
So you're not apologizing right now? You're not going to look into the camera and say, I'm so sorry?
Look in the camera right now.
I'm just trying to explain, like, I don't think people necessarily understand.
What does that look like when you like suddenly get an idea like, we should make candy? You just call somebody and like, what are the steps that suddenly take place when you're like, because you do so many things. I'm just fascinated by what that process looks like.
Rockets, tunnels.
You got a guy you call, Jim, I want to make candy. Make it happen. Like,
yes, I do get that question. This is, yeah.
I mean, I feel so unqualified to be interviewing you right now. I think we all do. Why are we here? Like, what drew you to like actually sit down with us?
I'm not the one who asked for. I'm not the one who asked for the podcast. You guys did.
A real news organization. Does that make any sense to you?
Please, no. Stop the irony. I can't handle it anymore. I give up. Too much irony. That would be awesome.
So my dad's a rocket scientist at Boeing. And he had a question.
Rocket engineer.
Well, whatever. And,
when people say rocket scientist, they really mean rocket engineer.
Okay, yeah. So he's a rocket engineer, and he says, at what Mach number does Starship endure max Q?
Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure, is when you're at a combination of speed and atmospheric density, such that the wind force on the rocket is the highest.
None of that was correct. I disagree. I disagree.
I think the Russians would have called us out on that one if it wasn't true, you know.
Is that why you're not on a beach somewhere sipping Mai Tais or White Claws?
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks. I guess that's a compliment, I think.
You hit a point in your life where you made plenty of money and you could do whatever. What drives you to just keep?
Yeah, it could be sipping Mai Tais on a tropical island.
A robot servant or something.
You know, windsurfing with naked models.
Yeah.
You know, some people do that.
So like, what drives you to, I mean, obviously you work and work.
Wait a second, why am I not, why? I just realized,
question everything.
I've been wrong all this time. Why am I working 90 hours a week? This is crazy.
Because I'm always fascinated by the idea of like, I've made it. People always want to be able to say, I've made it.
I've arrived.
Yeah. And like, how do you hit those little islands in your life and you actually have to break yourself of that mindset. And what are ways that you break yourself of that mindset and keep on going?
I didn't put all this effort into building SpaceX and Tesla because growing up was just an inherently very violent place. I got punched in the face many times. I almost got beaten to death once. So, many times. And I think if you have not been punched in the face with a fist, you have no idea what it's like.
Yeah, that answers the question.
Yeah.
Shocking sensation.
Shocking sensation.
Have you been punched, Ethan?